the Commie days and those few episodes about one of the richest men in the land now and his progress on the social financial ladder. Danny O called here because well, I mean, I don't know about libel, although maybe we get to some saucy, some more exciting parts from now on. Let's stay with that. Maybe we'll have, why not? We'll have some final notes, final videos. When I see that they will finally kill me, and it will be one side or the other in this team, and then I say, well, this is the Miss Romania I'm talking about. This is a rich guy who did this and that. So anyway, for now, Daniel, I mentioned our misadventures at Neptune on the Black Sea coast. The fact that he was sent as an apprentice, so I made him who he is now. No way. And now we're coming to the dark, immoral thing I did. So we had this night out. That's the last episode. And I was with Nicole, and Nicole is supposed to have the next, once I finish, if I go well with Daniel, there will be a few episodes for her and Nikki. As a coincidence, two of the most beautiful women I've ever seen and been close to. So I was coming with Nicole at this dinner out at the Punasa Forest. As a matter of fact, that's about 5 kilometers that way, I think, or this way. And Daniel with Nikki met at the airport. She was also a spring chicken, a debutante in the world of tourism. In fact, she would never continue with that for some reason or another. And we're at the table. For now, let's just say that I was with Nicole, so I should have shown loyalty to her on one hand, but on the other, in my defense, we were very close, we were intimate, we were lovers, but the finale, the end of the affair, had been known from the beginning, because she, like everybody else, had had enough about the Commie days, because that's in fact when we talk Commie days, we're still in communism. Although one of the richest 20 or in the land, that's starting with 1990, 92, and we're talking today for this fellow. He wasn't one of the richest. That's something phenomenal about Daniel. He was an ordinary man. He didn't have connections. His mother was a professor and his father a chemist, or the other way around. And he lived near Obor in an apartment building on the 5th floor or something. I visited a few times. So that's it. Very clever brilliant man, and he has graduated in either informatica, either computer science, or what's it? Rocket engine. I don't know, computer science. So one top faculty. Now, so Nicole told me from the beginning, look, I'm going to marry this guy. I met him, in fact, at Student Park. Tall, looked like he was dumb, I don't know, with a mustache, broad shoulders, long hair, then, maybe none now. We're talking 30 years after and more. And so I am his fiancée, or anyway, I'll marry him, and I'm going to Germany because the fellow had a German, West German, since it was still talking East and West Germany. Berlin Wall separating Berlin, and that's it. I mean, I'm not going to live here. Understandable. That's what's also at the back of my mind. And I would have my plans too. And in fact, I had a couple of episodes with Claire. Claire meant to be the one to extract me from behind the iron curtain. So there's this. Okay, we're together, but we know that in future, near future, she's out. She would take a visa and off to West Germany. That was the scheme somehow. At the table, special restaurant in the forest. Pădurea Băneasa was it called the Băneasa Forest? It doesn't matter. We're enjoying ourselves. It's summer, we're out on a terrace in the open, not inside. And there's something going on between me and Nikki. Nikki, who was supposed to have a future with Danny O. And somehow we're making jokes and we're talking about what we just did and how we shared the money and something, I guess, or not, because we worried, the fewer the people that know about this, the better it is. And that's not something to boast about. And Blink, again, thinking about Blink, Power of Thinking Without Thinking, a classic of Malcolm Gladwell. In a few seconds, incidentally off the topic or on the same subject, they have now the truncates, not Bob Woodward, Carl Burstein. Or is it Woodward? Yes, it's Woodward. Releasing what he had from the interviews with one of the most dangerous man on the planet. He could be the next president. He was with the current. Talking about his relationship with King of North Korea, the dictator, the tyrant, and he talks about in a few seconds, and there's chemistry, and as it happens with a woman, so he fell in love with a dictator. What can you say? Well, Commie, there was something, and then I knew her number. She gives it to me, and she starts calling me on my next assignment. I had a good, lucrative thing with the Jordanians. Now it was time for me to go to Kovasna, a dead place in the middle of the country where old and sick go for cure, to drink mineral waters. As it happened, that was exciting on the youth activity part, because I had sex with at least 3 women there in a period of 10 days or 2 weeks, as they sent me. It was a place with effervescent activity from this point of view and others. But Nikki, her father was a big shot in the director in the Poșta și telecomunicații, in the telecommunications side. So he had a line, and she could talk long distance, as it was called, and it wouldn't be a big thing. They would charge quite a bit of money in those days for such calls, but she didn't have to, because her father had this access to an operator anyway. So she would call me at Povazna from her home in a house, which was interesting. 96, 7, 8% of the people lived in just in tiny apartments, tiny flats, but they had a house. Well, again, the father was a director. Not in a fancy area. She was near Ferentire somehow, with a complicated access. But we're not there yet. We're returning to Daniel. So I did it to him. That was bad. I mean, he's going out with this woman, with another, and what happens is I start something extramarital, so to say, adulterous. So that was in exchange. Later on, we're coming to that. Years after, I would be the one calling girls and saying, "Okay, let's go out tonight, but don't you have a friend?" And we would go again together, with me providing the entertainment. He was already in the process of making himself rich, so working a lot, long hours, as I said, at one point studying Greek and doing the figures and making calls to Greece, to, I don't know, and finding partners, finding new venues, to places from where to import, to build, to whatever. This infrastructure he has now. And I would have time, and I would call. Oh, no, I can't do it. Never mind another. Okay, let's call Adriana, Elena, and so on. Feel off there. But we're not there yet.